So Fortnite is massive. The only two games that stand above it are Minecraft and Roblox, and what do these two games have in common? They're more like digital playgrounds for users to build their own experiences in, rather than a game tailored to have an objective in mind. And so Epic thought if they can get into this space using Fortnite, it would be perfect. When they went public with these plans, a lot of the player base was very concerned about it because they thought this is going to be the downfall of the game. They're going to neglect Battle Royale and then just spend tons of money making these game modes that nobody really cares about. But I wasn't really part of that ship. I thought they can do both modes quite well. Battle Royale will have its own separate team. They certainly have the money to do that. And so in 2024, Epic did exactly that. They announced that they're going to do this whole metaverse thing. Let's go back to last year when they decided to debut these three modes. When it came to rocket racing, I wasn't really excited about that one because I do like racing games, but it was pretty boring, honestly. The skill ceiling is like super low, and a lot of doing well in the game just comes down to memorizing the map and then drifting as much as possible. Then we got Festival Stage, which was very clearly a cash grab to get us to buy jam tracks. And honestly, I still think this game has its place. It's probably a lot more popular among a younger and more casual audience. It kind of reminds me of that one game on iPhone back in the day. And you know, it's pretty good, but it's not something that I'd honestly spend hours playing. Now, Lego was the main star of the show, and I was really hopeful about that one. I was thinking that this would be some kind of Minecraft ripoff in Fortnite, which would be huge. But getting into it, it was just a basic survival game with a Lego skin on top of it. Assembling the buildings is really boring, and overall there's no room for people to use their own creativity and imagination. The buildings are just these like pre-designed things that you're supposed to assemble using parts. It's very, very easy to do. It's kind of mindless. I get that it's made for younger kids, but if they went with a more free-form design, they could have had this appeal to a lot more ages. And that kind of gets me to my next point, which is that all three of these modes are like really dead. They don't get a lot of players, and I think the Lego one does it all right, you know, when there's a new update, but then it flatlines and goes back to like 20 to 30k average players. So yeah, they did not do the best job with these three modes, and honestly it's because they are just cash grabs. The rocket racing one is trying to get you to buy cars, the festival one is trying to get you to buy jam tracks, and the Lego one is trying to get you to buy those Lego sets, which are insanely overpriced, as well as promote the brand in real life. And this is the issue with Fortnite's attempt to build a metaverse. They approached every single new game mode with the intent like, how can we make as much money as possible? How can we maximize microtransactions in the game? And I get that, they're a business, they gotta make money, but had they focused on the in-game experience the most, they would have had a much more successful attempt at these things. And so long as they have a lot of players, they will figure out a way to make money. Making money off people is easy, getting people to play the game, that is difficult. Moving on from that, the second component to Fortnite's attempt to building a metaverse was the whole UEFN thing, the Unreal Engine Fortnite editor. This allows people to design their games in a game engine, which is what people use to make actual video games, and so it gives people a lot of control. They can have custom textures, custom models. We've all seen it. They debuted it in a trailer showing off these super cool concepts, and I was really hyped for this. But going into it, it's been a year since this has been out, and people really haven't been using it as it was intended to be used. Most of the games that we're getting from this are just like, you know, red versus blue, free for all, basic stuff that we've seen before, and they're not even trying harder with it. It's the same very iterative designs that we got before. We're also seeing content creators make very unoriginal things like Clix's 1v1 box fight or Cypher PK's 1v1 box fight. And box fights, like there's only got to be one of them, you know, it's just literally like a box for you to fight in, but you've got all these people making their own version of it to milk money off. Fortnite dedicated, I think, like 40% of their profits to go to paying UEFN creators, and honestly a lot of that money has been wasted. It's just going to people that are getting lucky. It's just a bunch of boring, uncreative modes. There's tons of them, and then a few of them get selected by the algorithm and get boosted. And so it's just this massive lottery of people trying to get rich instead of people working hard on something, making a good mode, and then hoping that Fortnite puts that in their editor's pick and then lots of people play it and have fun. We're not seeing so much of that because, let's be real, why would you want to spend time making something like that and then have it get lost in the stack of hundreds and hundreds of low effort modes with stupid or AI generated thumbnails? thumbnails. Like, nobody likes this. It's the same old shit, and it's being played mainly by little kids who get tired of getting killed in Battle Royale. So that's my perspective as somebody who would actually like to see a metaverse inside of Fortnite. Overall, I would think that would be pretty cool, but they haven't really been doing it all that well, and I hope they make some changes in the future to try to get this working out much better. But do you guys agree? Do you guys like any of these modes that I've discussed? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next one.